Let me know when you need a description.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies. Benefits available at your request. Emergency protocol syringes primed.
What are they up to?
Forever vigilant.
Engaging combat protocols.
Not sure we should get any closer.
Targets reacquired.
Outer chassis.
Warning. Agent. Irreparable damage to lungs imminent. Exit gaseous cloud immediately.
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Caught a piece of shrapnel during the attack.
Uranium poisoning. Only a mild case, but the doctors are withholding treatment to study my symptoms.
Sovereign of mercy. How do you feel?
Downright privileged is how I feel. Sick with pride, nauseous with courage, and chronically fatigued with honor.
Come upon me unaware.
Engaging hostile life forms.
Flushed him out.
Shall dither, hither and yon. I advise you decamp directly.
Come on out, so we might talk this over. Always watchful.
Forever vigilant.
Back to it.
Someone hiding. His gaze sees all.
Search completed, in a logical and timely manner.
How about I do my job and you do whatever it is you do?
Been working at that spot of business we discussed. Easier to lead with fewer targets nibbling at your psyche. Loose your words. I'm listening. Scouts reported a plume of smoke thick and wide billowing from the facility. Sure didn't seem to be mechanical exhaust. Got more to report? Just that Milver Street requested her presence for some mission. Normally I'd demand to be paid, but I was just glad to get her some work. Trooper Sealong was one of my best enhanced soldiers, but never took to her grafts. Trooper Sealong ain't a fragile wallflower. She's a soldier. And even at reduced efficacy, she's worth 15 of any grunt picked at random. She's got a contract. And she ain't so far gone we can't make use of her. But the fact is, her grafts are holding her back, and it's only getting worse. Don't let it bother you. Now, let's talk helping you. There's a bridge gating entry to the northern part of the island. You want to get to the Vox? First step is getting through it. There's an alternate path, but it's blocked by Zeranium. I'll order my troops at the forward operating base to aid you, and you'll punch through together. From there, your target's the Skycutter Tower. A heap of fighting. My troops at the forward operating base will assist you, but if you can secure any greater advantages, you'd best do so. The Yaysayers sense they'll soon be cornered, and fight all the more fiercely thereof. It won't be. It's a Protectorate power generation facility. Utilizes the wilds of the air. Oh, Auntie, I cannot believe what transpired. My troops defied their orders and captured the bridge. Ah, such a shame we can't shoot soldiers for taking their own initiative. Sound convincing? Considered a career in the performance department? Reckon so. Go to the bridge. Pull your head down low while you're amid my troops, and maybe you'll live to visit the Skycutter Tower. Once you pass to the northern end of the island and enter the Skycutter, you'll need to find the tower's power routing controls. Mayhaps you can wreak some chaos at the Vox. Step light, though. There's no Protectorate gallivanting near the tower, which, like as any, means something bloodthirsty lurks within. Take care in the northern regions of the island. Fewer reports. Loose your words. I'm listening.
Minister, I'm telling you I can do more. I've been proving myself to you. Ain't so sure you want to work for this imbecile, friend.
Do try to understand my perspective. You were so lethargic returning, I had you pre-marked as a casualty. Do you know how many forms I've had to fill out on your behalf?
Now hold on. I went into enemy territory crawling with dangerous creatures for you alone to get some dusty report. And you got the audacity to complain about paperwork? If this contract weren't staying my hand, I reckon you'd be answering to it right about now.
You mean grant preferential treatment to a subpar contractor? And I suppose the bits for such a procedure shall simply manifest from the ether?
And if I die or leave, how do you reckon failure to retain an enhanced soldier would look to upper management, huh?
Please pay this disgruntled employee no mind. What would she do without Auntie's hand to guide her if she were unemployed? I should think death a preferable alternative.
That's it. I'd rather be a down-and-outer for the rest of my life than crushed under your counterfeit leather boa boot a second longer. I quit!
What? I have done nothing to deserve such barbaric treatment. This is unheard of, and I might add, you'll not be welcome with an Auntie's choice once more. We'll not take a contract shirker back into our fold.
So you say. But Auntie's choice ain't seen a trooper like me before. You'll regret counting me out. Till then, I hope you choke on your mock apple martinis. And you, I got a proposition for you. Come find me when you're done with this clown.
She will most assuredly regret her decision. Most assuredly. But I suppose that is no longer my concern. troopers abandoning their contracts, blackguards like you running rampant. What is becoming of this island? I fear I may never know.
All done in there? Hope that little dust up back there didn't put you off. My contract had me caged, and I was glad to get a few licks in during the jailbreak. Got a proposition. Since I'm newly free-ranged, and you're free-ranged yourself, thinking we ought to team up. You're going places. I want to go too. If you help me fix my graft, you'll retain the services of a fully functioning enhanced soldier. Me. Don't matter what you set your mind to, together we'll be unstoppable. And in time, maybe I'll have earned myself the clout to be welcomed back in Auntie's choice. That'll be the addendum in my next business proposal. Assuming I can guarantee I'll live that long once the graft is fixed. I get it. You're skeptical. If you got more questions, go on and... Had a feeling you knew a good offer when you seen it. Once I'm in top form, you'll be pleasantly surprised to see what I'm capable of. Just gotta find out how to get there first. Doc Tinsley worked with grafts for some time before she came to Fairfield. Damn fine scientist. Reckon we should visit her lab at the edge of town to see if she's got ideas for us.
This much of a crowd's not likely to keep a low profile. Someone ought to head back to mind the ship. I didn't mean me, but all right. I see where your head's at. Keep safe out there.
After you. Appreciate you agreeing to help, but the arm's itching something fierce. Ready to do away with it. We ought to head to Doc Tinsley's, quickly if we can. Anyhow, was there something you needed, Commander? How personal are we talking? Couldn't say. I was in it all of 2 days before my graft started fest. I would have continued serving on the front line in my commanding officer. When I regained consciousness, look, I knew dismissal was... Oh, that information. I miss my platoon. Huh. If nothing else, they'll have Ortiz to keep up morale. I know, of course I do. Anyhow, I would rather return to the matter at hand. Right. Like ain't the work. They treated me better than my last employers did. And despite recent events, I believe they have. And could be they can't even fathom another. I'm just one of many who welcomed the chance to... Of course. Now, that takeover was the best thing that ever happened to us. Fine by me. Like everyone in my... See, most of our onboarders promised that if we demonstrated exceptionalism, showed... It ain't like they forced us to... Can't complain if where we're needed is in a trench staring down the barrels of a minigun. I reckon that's a difference in perspective. We spent a week crouched in the same fog. I don't know if I would have made it out alive without him. Better than I'd feared. Only had to bury 2. He almost got my... Ortiz. It was a rough few nights at first, knowing I couldn't... I appreciate that. In any case, I'm only... What I wouldn't give for a big bowl of... Got something that needs doing, Commander? How personal are we talking? Not great. They're good folk. Said we'd all get burned if we put too much stock in the promises of this foreign corporation. But I'd rather take a risk on them than our colony was isolated. Those of us at the bottom only found joy with our families. I miss the sunset. Most of my friends... Though there is... Of course, that didn't... In Taucetti, if you couldn't... Last day he was gone the next day. We never found him. So if you're wondering why I still hold a candle for... It's been years now since I talked about it. He was a good man. Fine by me. Auntie's choice in the Protectorate. Got something that needs doing, Commander?
What? Invasive elements! Taking cover.
Worth a look-see, I guess. Invasive elements!
Again. Come, quickly. We must all bear witness.
Technicians Acna and Gastrel, you stand accused of manufacturing a fatal flaw in one of our valued dragoons. Have you any last words to express your shame?
That dragoon was already defective. Oh, we were only rebuilding the logic assembly so that...
At last, the truth alights. I hope this belated confession unburdens your conscience, though it will do nothing to commute your sentence. On the charges of sabotage and treason most contemptible, I find you both guilty.
No, please! This is all a misunderstanding! We're loyal!
More loyal subjects executed. And valued technicians, no less. I cannot see how reducing our own manpower guides us down a path to victory. Wait, I recognize you. From Horizon Point. Yes, just outside the skip labs, before the incident. Didn't I set security on you? How are you here? Alive? You must have been the cause of everything that happened that day. And to think I could have stopped you. Perhaps I would have, if I'd not been so vexed over mere demerits. No, I was only trying to be an ideal subject, without fault. I held a proverbial handout to you, and you bloodied it. You made me complicit in your crimes. What happened to Horizon Point? The Sovereign's family. Oh, Matriarch, eliminating you may not amend my mistakes, but at the very least it will prevent any more of your treachery, and hopefully silence you from speaking of mine. Executing a potential enemy of the Protectorate? I rather think I'm obliged. I hope you're watching, Montelli. What I do now, I do for the Protectorate.
hear Montelli lock the thrusters?
I heard nothing, and neither did you.
But if the Vox Relay launches...
Disruptive influence!
Somebody.
Duelists!
Decent. That cover spot looks much better. Flush them out.
Can I remain unsullied under the command of a rambling, nonsensical...
Exposure. Undermining. And ready. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
What now? Ah, an intruder. Of course. I was warned the paradigm would test me, and here you have arrived. Yes. Dispatching you may yet grant me the opportunity to show my unimpeachable quality. Come then, infiltrator, test me. Perform your part in this grand drama, but be forewarned. I am not a fine show indeed, but the only villain I see here is you, interloper. Tell me, does it ease your conscience to imagine me as some foaming mongrel, a raving bedlamite baying for blood? Oh yes, I've heard the rumors. Montelli's turned cruel. Montelli's lost his wits. Montelli's going to string us all up and watch our skeletons dance. So much breath wasted. Enough! Silence your disparaging tongue. Better yet, I will do it myself.
They covet our due bounty! Changing magazines, efficiently and in short order.
I don't know who you are or how you accessed my private terminal, but it won't do for prying eyes to have evidence of my activities. I've triggered the Vox Relay failsafe ejection routine. But worry not. After launching, the station will take several minutes to achieve its pre-programmed self-destruct altitude. So you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the ride before your death.
Prisoner 34989-393A. There is no place for you in the paradigm. You are hereby sentenced to death for the crimes of desertion.
That's invasive elements.
State your business. My vexation grows as this drags on.
For our beneficent leader.
Watch and behave. Slow down. Schultz went where? Sakes alive. Schultz! Anyone got lamps on Schultz? Anyone? Void be damned. Did I not make clear our order?
I'm afraid there's more bad news, Commander. She also took Scrabble.
Would that he'd done her more good. Seems Calamity has You there. I don't normally sanction nameless passers-by giving by the Void. She couldn't have picked a worse time to change her mind about one of our own. Schultz. I'd thank you to affix some Scrabbles has been integral. Schultz obviously knew the risks and hoped he'd protect her through the minefield. I'll pardon your skepticism given your lack of acquaintance and say only this. Before you depart,
I don't care where they post me, as long as it's as far from those horrifying rifts as possible.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you 4 minutes and 27 seconds ago. But never mind that. I have a missive for you. Highest priority. Recipient's eyes only. All I can tell you is that it is from Arcadia's most judicious custodians, the Order of the Ascendant. I am not privy to any information beyond that. Oh, they did also say it was important. I was tasked 6 months ago to deliver it to whomever ship was at this landing pad at this exact time. Well, 4 minutes ago, like I said. All other questions may be answered by viewing the missive, I expect. Farewell, and as they say, may all your endeavors come to fruition. Best of luck to you.
Time to watch whatever it was the messenger had for us.
Greetings, Agent of the Earth Directorate. I am Ruth Bassar, presiding Bishop of the Order of the Ascendant. At this time, I can only presume you think us your enemy, directly responsible for your colleague Augustine de Vries' actions way back on Horizon Point. I assure you, we were not. A splinter group was behind that heresy. The collective of scientists and scholars I lead are committed to elevating humanity by pursuing a greater understanding of reality. I believe our goals are not incompatible. We both oppose the Protectorate, and we both wish to preserve Arcadia from ruin. We can help each other. I entreat you to speak with Abbot Newell. He can be found in Golden Ridge at Matriarch's mercy. He will aid you in your mission, and hopefully, you will see fit to aid us in ours. Nav key coordinates to the Golden Ridge landing pad on Dorado are embedded in this message. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
The Order of the Ascendant awaits us on Golden Ridge, Commander.
Commander, need to speak with you. Look, I know you're raring to get to Golden Ridge and get after DeVries, but my graph's been acting up. Going numb, getting discolored. I'm worried. Really think we ought to follow Doc's directive and get me a new graft quick as we can. Else, I got an awful sense I won't make it much further. I should hope so, Commander. Thanks. When you're ready, let me know.
Before we rev engines, I'd really like to check on Zeb still. It won't take long. Not to belabor the point, but Zeb's not in the habit of staying in one place over long. Much appreciated, Commander. Promise, I won't be making a habit of pulling skeletons out of my closet.
Pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled. Oh, Ines, you look, well, like you could use an ice bath and a cup of newly formulated trip teas. Has something happened?
Something has, all right. I ended my contract effective immediately. Now I'm free to prove myself to everyone in Auntie's choice. My way.
Well, that's wonderful news. Or is it? I admit I'm still trying to work through what contracts mean hereabouts. But you do appear to be pleased, so I shall be pleased for you.
Scegliamo la prima. Una buona notizia, ora Ines è libera di aggiustare il suo innesto. Dice che tu puoi aiutarla.
That is not common knowledge in this town. But since Ines appears to trust you, I suppose I can do the same. Before I began my new illustrious career working with our tame, scaly friends here, I was a researcher in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Oh, I was on the verge of breakthrough when they shut us down. Oh, when I think of the lives I could have reached. But in my current role, I do try to help where I can.
Where my own first aid training can't reach, Doc's got me covered. The graft knocked me on my ass for weeks when I first got it. But she nursed me back to health.
Would if I could have done more.
Beh, puoi fare di meglio adesso.
I have a lead, Ines. I've identified 2 viable beasts on this island that you may be compatible with. Though it may not be easy to acquire the suitable specimens. The first candidate is the skeleton crabble. It has a rare form of albinism and was last spotted on the...
Immagino che comunque li dobbiamo fare fuori e poi con
Unfortunately went missing. I
questi ingredienti riusciremo ad aiutare la tipa.
Their machinery. If their fate is what I suspect, the code may be of use to you.
I heard rumors of the creature myself. Our skeleton sounds a good bit larger than the average crabble. Meaner and smarter, too.
Il secondo candidato?
The second candidate is a Raptoadon Matriarch, the only one of her kind on the island as I understand it. She was last spotted in the crags near the Vox Relay.
Deep in Protectorate territory. This matriarch sure ain't making it easy for us. She'll be more aggressive and more cunning than her smaller kin.
When you breach the matriarch's lair, you must rouse her from hibernation. I found pheromones to be quite effective.
Conosci una formula adatta, giusto? Boh, non lo so, la conosciamo? Ines la conosce.
Excellent.
Vendro, la Raptoadon Matriarca non gradirà di risveglio così brusco, quindi vi piomberà addosso. Vi suggerisco di preparare armi. Poi basta prendere la parte per innesco.
Yes, though I would recommend a careful surgical removal of the specimens.
Bisogna...
Now, when you acquire one or both of these parts, return here straight away, and we can begin surgery. Oh, I love questions. Ask away. I would never imply such a thing. I'm sure the Minister and Officer Carr have... Oh, I'm unused to the way things are done here, I suppose. The fact is that those two never got along particularly well, even under... One wishes to woo Protectorate subjects to our ranks. The other wishes to... Then her hands will be tied no longer. But I have come to believe that... Very well. The Enhanced Soldier Division. Oh, how I did all I could to improve our processes and avoid damaging our patients in any shape or form. Then they abruptly shut us down. And left us precisely. Indeed, the process. Our soldiers would have had a much improved prospect at surviving the war front, and thus of freeing more That is far above my job grade. No, anyhow. All I know is that if they were to begin working with each other, the mood in town would certainly be merrier. Well, I was a subject once. But then, over the last year, I have climbed the rungs of my division through the sheer merit of my work. I wasn't conquered. I embraced my dreams and abilities. Ask any of the other Protectorate subjects who converted, and they'd echo my words. When one can allow their ambitions to show, that is true. They did. I was in a dreadful... The Sovereign claims to provide... In any case, I do hope I've satisfied... I work directly with Officer In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets. Trust me, I would not be here...
Vabbè. Andiamo a fare quest'altra missione. 2 punti, 2 mostri. Andiamo. Abbiamo fatto anche questa missione.
Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you...
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay...
So, the platform still works? That's amazing! Not that we'll be going up in it again. For that, you deserve a little extra on top of your urgently improvised extortive rate. Thank you again for all your help. Thanks again for getting us off that
You're really
literal
something
ledge.
else, stranger.
Though with our
Thank you for
gratitude
getting us
meaningfully
down.
expressed through the requisite bits, I'm not sure we have anything more to discuss.
Ok. Adesso abbiamo 2 obiettivi.
2 hours later.
Eccola qua, il nido sta qui dentro.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander.
Qui.
Keep howling. We're coming for you.
I got some cloud cover.
Matriarch's here, all right. Let's put our heads together. See these half-eaten remains? They're a sign. Matriarchs lose their appetite when they're on the verge of going into a state of torpor. She'll have retreated into hiding to conserve her energy. But I got one. Hey, if I don't celebrate my own stroke of genius, who will? I'm just happy my acquaintance with these creatures counted for something. You know how Doc mentioned pheromones? Well, it just so happened that I procured some Raptoadon glandular extract in my travels. Should do the trick. A matriarch with 3 full stomachs ain't coming out of hibernation unless she senses a threat to her authority. Oh, not a lot of people know about the hallucinogenic properties of nebulium. Enhanced soldiers keep a vial in case we're captured. It renders us pretty useless to torturers. Let me think. Yeah, 3 parts pheromone and 2 parts nebulium ought to do it. Use that as the lure and the matriarch won't know what hit her. Ready for this? I like that. Makes all the difference when you have good folk watching your back. All right, let's do this.
Looks like a fight!
Credo che ci siamo, eh?
That's the limb. Bring it here, would ya? Whoa, look at this part. That's twice the muscle mass of a Raptoadon hunter. Undamaged nerve endings? Even the coloration's to my liking. Can't ever discount the aesthetics. You're no slouch, you know that? If we had more soldiers with your talent, whenever you're ready, we should head back to Fairfield. Have a word with Doc Tinsley now that I have both the skeleton and matriarch specimens. In honesty, I don't know which one I should ask Doc to patch me up with. Can't go wrong with either, but one could be the better choice. If you've got an opinion, I'm keen to hear it. The material we harvested from the skeleton crabble could allow me to... And the part from the Raptoadon Matriarch should let me camouflage myself at will, like other Raps can. I'd be able to close the distance and heal you up without the enemy noticing. All right, but Doc Tinsley will need an answer once we meet with her. Lots to think about.
Sembra che la missione sia stata fatta, anche se ci porta a un altro punto. Adesso vediamo se farlo o meno. Vabbè, noi torniamo indietro. Eccoci qua dalla dottoressa qui.
Back again. I hope the hunting has gone well. Certainly, if you've procured the right materials. I've been fine-tuning the procedure in the meantime. I do believe it'll be as smooth as crabble butter.
I'm gonna assume crabble butter's especially smooth, because I'm ready to feel like myself again. The material we harvested from the skeleton crabble could allow me to fire off scalding shell shards. They'd pierce through armor easily, I imagine. And the part from the Raptoadon Matriarch should let me camouflage myself at will, like other Raps can. I'd be able to close the distance and heal you up without the enemy noticing. I believe either option would suit me fine. Care to share your thoughts? Then I will. And you know what? This makes me the first of Auntie's soldiers to graft with the skeleton's claw. I rather like the thought of being a pioneer. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and take this spare part off your hands for my own research.
Oh, the skeleton crabble will be a splendid match for you, Ines. Go on now. Get sorted while I get this machine up and running. Mind the Raptoadon drool on the table. No need to be nervous. Oh, now that is genius. I have just what we need. Let's see. A bit of medicinal extract in here. Mix that up with the inhaler. And here we are. Breathe deeply, dear. This should put your mind at ease.
Is this spearmint flavored? Why, Doc Tinsley, you think of everything.
Enough distractions, please. I need the utmost focus for my work. This is beautiful work. My best yet. How does the limb feel, Ines? Any numbness? Pain?
Pain? Doc, pain is for other people. I don't know what exactly I'm feeling right now, but if you've got any more, I'll take it. This was one of your better ideas, and I'm counting any future ones you might have.
According to my readings, it is stable. But I see we have a way to go with fine-tuning the procedure. You're free to go, Ines. But please, do return.
Chissà se era meglio quell'altra, ma vabbè. Esteticamente bruttissima. Vabbè.
And you, Commander, without your help, I don't know what I might have done. Whatever you need going forward, I'm there. You got my word.
Vabbè.
I feel strange. In a good way. Auntie's documentation doesn't describe the side effects of grafting with a crabble, but so far, not hearing complaints from me. I'd say this officially puts me back in full fighting form. If you ever thought I might slow you down... Good. I can't rightly take a look without contorting myself in front of a mirror, so it's a comfort to have someone with a keen eye taking notice. I got a good feeling about this partnership of ours. Just want to reiterate that I'll make good on my end of the deal. I plan on proving my worth to you and to Auntie, no matter what it takes. I expect we're going to have quite the adventure together. I appreciate
L'alleato è sistemato.
We should move on.
Ok, continuiamo a fare altre missioni.
Remember now, what can I do for you?
Ok, andiamo a fare un'altra missione dell'alleato qui. Quindi questa qua, missione del compagno, faccende pressanti. Andiamo. Ok, vediamo se riusciamo a fare anche la seconda missione qui.
No, I haven't felt this high strung since Horizon Point. Just hope he's here.
Niles.
Howdy, Zeb. You look well.
Quindi? Che dobbiamo fare qua? Con lui?
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say you took quite the perambulation. And who precisely are you? Another Earth Directorate cast-off? Is that a jest?
Bring that boil down to a simmer, Zeb. This is my commander, one who was with me at Horizon Point.
So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine. That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Somehow the Vox was launched. Pharaoh and March are dead. The Protectorate are holding the others for interrogation, but a ship is inbound to take them off-world. To the Consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there!
Ay, ay, ay.
From that terminal at once.
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zeb?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
I'll answer what I can. If you must know, the woman who returned was... Then I met Niles. He told me the truth. Stop there.
Salva i sovversivi e ottieni il codice. Ok. Andiamo.
Station's gone. I can scarcely believe it. If we hadn't been assigned to guard the landing pad...
Salve.
Ready to wait. Your command.
Back again. Thought we were done for now. You again. I heard fighting. What's going on?
We're not Protectorate. We're your ticket out of this hotbox. Esculepe sent us.
Esculepe? Zeb sent you? Wait, you're Niles, aren't you?
Ma ormai è troppo tardi. Cosa intendi dire che è troppo tardi?
It's too late. I gather you haven't noticed the bodies in the pen here.
Oh. The others don't look like they suffered easy deaths. What happened?
Void-damned protectorate brutality, that's what. The consul sent a sentinel to conduct a preliminary interrogation. But it was more like exploratory surgery. She tortured us for information. The others didn't survive her enthusiasm for the work. I'm only here because the consul wants...
È davvero tosta essere sopravvissuta.
Can't take all the credit, though. The sentinel seemed spent by the time... Quick, though. Before I forget or we're interrupted, I memorized the cipher.
Ah, lei ha memorizzato il codice?
Should help Zeb decode the intelligence we sent him a whole lot faster. Kind of you to offer, but I'm not going...
No, non vado da nessuna parte, eh?
I'm sure the commander and I could...
No, it's not that. I need the sentinel to take me onto that transport. I want her to think she's won. And then, just as we leave orbit...
Ah, vuole fare la kamikaze?
That might just be the most ruthless bait and switch I ever heard. Your friends ought to be proud.
Thanks. Funny what ideas come into your head after losing a molar. I'm not planning to rely on actual munitions, but I thank you for the offer. All the same, I'm no martyr. If there was another way to protect Zebulon and our cell, I'd take it. But if I escape, the Protectorate will pursue me and...
Un eroe, signori, un eroe, un'eroina.
Make it look like an accident. Mechanical failure. When I was being tortured, I saw some frayed wires near the fuel system. With the right...
You know your stuff, Commander. I was just about to point out the same problem.
What do you propose, then?
Not blowing yourself up, for starters.
You know how relentless the Protectorate is. But if I die, that's the end of it. The Consul will turn his attention elsewhere, and our cause can continue in the shadows. Please, if you can help me sabotage the transport, then help me. We don't have much time.
Might be I could sabotage the transport from the outside. Make it look like negligent maintenance.
The others paid with their blood to protect the cause. How can I be unwilling to do the same? All right. I'm going to trust you on this.
Yes, l'abbiamo convinta a non sacrificarsi.
Quite right at the moment. I just hope you're not wrong. No point in remaining here then, is there? I'll need you to find a way to unlock the gate to this pen. If you can't unlock it through nimble fingers.
Ok, dobbiamo trovare un oggetto, quanto sembra. Fatto.
Well done. I can manage from here. Tell Zeb I'll rendezvous with him later. Once I've identified a safe place to meet. One last request. Don't damage the transport. A lone escapee is already insult, but a sentinel killed, her transport destroyed. The Protectorate won't anyway.
I know what Audra said, but what if she's wrong? I can't help thinking we shouldn't leave without bloodying the Protectorate's nose first.
Cosa hai in mente?
I could still go through with our plan from before. Sabotage the transport, make it look like an accident.
Beh, bravo, fallo.
On the one hand, Audra might be right. But when else are we going to have a chance to take out one of the Consul's lackeys and a Protectorate vessel in one go? I hear what you're saying, Commander. Or maybe not. Are you saying we oughtn't take action? That Sentinel's not gonna stop. She'll find new targets, new people to torture and kill. If we do nothing now, their blood will be on our hands. I've spent 10 years on the sidelines, watching people suffer, not being able to do a thing about it. We could do something here. So shouldn't we? Yeah, you're probably right. Tempting as it be to watch that Sentinel fry. Thanks for helping me sort through it. Let's get back to Zeb. He still needs a cipher, and he'll want to hear about what happened with Audra.
Oops.
We should get the cipher back to Zeb. Soon as we can.
Vabbè. Devo fare la terza mission. Dove sta? Ovvero... Ah no, questo dobbiamo permettere... Ah, non è ancora finita? Non ce la da come è finita? Quindi... Ok. Ok, facciamo il punto della situazione. Come ho detto, dove sono gli altri? Abbiamo tirato fuori Audra prima che si facesse esplodere per la causa, ma non abbiamo fatto in tempo a salvare gli altri.
I'm sorry, Zeb.
Damn the Protectorate! I'm certain you did all you could. And I'm especially grateful you were able to rescue Audra. I'd be at sea without her. And what of the cipher? Thank you. I was beginning to fear I'd have to decipher this intelligence the hard way. Perhaps I was mistaken about your commitment to making amends, Niles. Thank you for being true.
Can't fault you for having doubts. But I have changed. I am changing.
I hope you'll both forgive me my earlier disposition. I'm not normally so... I'm pleased Niles has found such a supportive friend and ally. That's a rare thing in this colony. I haven't much to reward you with, but take this. It's something I had started on for Niles long ago. Hopefully it fits. This information came at a steep price, but I'll put it to good use. Expect to hear from me should our cause require further assistance from the Earth Directorate's best.
Non aspettate di poter contare su di noi. Ok. Vabbè. Fatto.
The Protectorate will no doubt wish to strike back at us, but they will grasp only.
Ok, come dicevo, facciamo il terzo.
Got time for a debrief, Commander?
La terza. Un attimo, la terza che sarebbe questa qua, un miglioramento salutare. Potenzia. Dove cacchio lo dobbiamo potenziare?
Feels good, don't it? Helping folks like Zeb and Audra hit back against the Protectorate. Almost like being back with the Earth Directorate. Same. Part of me still wonders if we made the right call not sabotaging that ship. Anyway, it's easy to focus on all that's gone wrong. But we on Triangular might have suggested going for drinks somewhere they don't come with fuel. But here, I think we'll have to settle for patting each other on the back. Shucks, Commander. I'm gonna get top-heavy you keep paying me compliments like that. Thanks again for going out of your way to help Zeb. Now I can focus on hunting down the Breeze without feeling like I've got a rabid sprat in my back pocket.
Ok. So dove cacchio devo andare? Forse non la posso fare perché dice... Usa la chiave della cassetta per aprire la cassetta. No. Vabbè, non fa niente, che devo fare? Sembra che non... Ok. E ritorniamo sulla nave. Insomma, io credo che vi avevo tagliato praticamente di tutto e di più. Insomma, gioco graficamente non è male, comunque non so cosa ho detto diciamo precedentemente, però insomma comunque non è affatto malaccio, solo che così un po' noiosette le missioni al momento, non mi hanno fatto impazzire, vi dico la verità. Gioco un po', secondo me un po' vecchio, però insomma graficamente ci sono tante cose belle, come lo sbuffo di questa nave in questo momento, vedete? Vabbè. Noi entriamo nella nave, ci salutiamo e quindi siamo tornati sull'incognito, a parte insomma varie cose che si sbloccano piano piano, insomma comunque diciamo è molto interessante una volta sbloccate tutte le abilità, insomma, che possiamo effettivamente dire cose interessanti.
The presiding bishop of the order have been verified. Landing in Golden Ridge is now possible. Additionally, we are also able to...
Sai cosa dirmi di Cresta Dorata?
...is located on Dorado. It is home to the Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy, as well as previously being a center for mining Zerenium. The Protectorate abandoned it soon after the...
Cos'è questa stazione libero mercato?
...the Order of the Ascendant to fight for control of the area and its resources. Free Market Station is...
Un centro di commercio indipendente, l'unico del sistema, dove il nome... deve il nome al fatto che oggi sono delitto di mercantile sulla soluzione del... ok.
Occasionally after the invasion. Agent Ibarra prioritized your recovery above pursuing Agent DeVries. This involved disassembling and rebuilding the astrogator to allow the incognito to travel to your location. As the rebuilding process progresses...
Vabbè, quindi insomma faremo quest'altra parte. Insomma io comunque il gioco ho detto non lo finivo, invece vabbè, diciamo alla fine essendo comunque insomma un gioco di fantascienza, comunque non posso non finirlo, me lo impone proprio la mia passione per questo genere. Poi comunque è un RPG, insomma non fa così schifo come magari all'inizio avevo detto, però insomma, comunque non è manco sta roba eccezionale comunque, però una volta sbloccato tutto diventa più interessante, lo dico. E noi ci becchiamo forse al prossimo episodio. Un saluto a tutti, Italia, ciao.